Lawrence to do battle with Cloak. Lawrence wins the first tap. Smith tries to barge his way through. Allen put the tackle on him. Nichols with a bit of space. Lambert. They're a very good running side, Richmond. Poor kick by Lambert, and Ayres takes a fingertip, a one-hander, and sweeps it to Langford. Some experience there. They've done that before. Langford bangs it to the open space. Ryan chips it back to the centre. Good kick, and comfortable enough for Nichols.
I would have thought that should be 50 metres. Hall ran across the mark. Nichols to half forward, Ayres at the back, Mitchell at the front. Platten ran between his legs. Waitman took a dive. Mitchell also. There's Whitman trying to get in the hand pass. Lambert dispossessed. Tuck brought to ground, and the umpire will come in and bounce. I'm pretty sure that Ben Allen is playing the tagging role. He did very well on Greg Williams of the Swans last week, and he's picking up Matthew Knights in the centre, Bruce.
Yes, both Platten and Allen in the centre square for the first bounce. Waitman, good to see him back. The skipper, Platten, quick kick away into the centre square. And a comfortable mark for Keys. Ex-Collingwood to Bannock, the prize recruit from a couple of seasons back. Still a very young man. Here's Menegola, speaking of recruits from Western Australia. A quick handball. It sits for Ryan at half forward. He can bang this in, kicks it to centre half forward, and Pickering takes the mark. Good pass or good fortune, Macca?
Well, it was a little bit of fortune, but Pickering read it well, but their pace and loose man ability is worrying Hawthorn. It's only early days, but Richmond always start off well against the Hawks.
Crowds build up a bit, as we said, a perfect day for football. And Pickering from 35 metres out. Drop punt, times it very well and kicks it brilliantly. A goal. Richmond a goal, Hawthorn yet to score.
Well, a good start to Richmond, and they've got very, very good little men, and they do use the ball well. A beautiful kick into the slight breeze by Justin Pickering. Kicked it out to the right, let the breeze do all the work, and it came back for a lovely goal and an excellent beginning. Lawrence against Cloak. Condon, hurry kick to half forward is tapped back into the fray. Platten playing a little bit for the free kick. Nichols in everything at the moment. Cloak a touch of the fumbles again. Cloak has it kicked out of his hands. This is Jenke. Jenke to the half forward line. Out comes Dunstall. Races at the ball. He gets a bad bounce. All Richmond over the back. This is Brian Lees. Lees clears the ball to the boundary line, and I'm sure Bannock will let it go, and he does, and that was good kicking with Anderson hot in his hammer. Dangerous game, this one, for Hawthorn. They're the hot favourites, but Richmond has been showing excellent form in the practice matches, and of course, last week.
Cloak and Paul Deere with a good body strength there. John Platten. Pritchard with a high one. Lees underneath it. Dunstall at the back turner, thumped it away. Bannock forces it through for a behind, and the Hawks on the scoreboard. A rush point. It's Terry Keys and Anthony Bannock. So the Tigers to bring it back in. If anything, Hawthorn kicking to the scoring end, if the twos was any indication. Through Cloak's hands. Lambert high tackle. Should be a free kick. He gets it. He's had a good start to the match. Excellent year a couple of seasons ago. Not quite so good last season. Pickering and Ayres. Ayres with body strength. Jenke likes to run with the footy. Sweeps it out to Anderson. Just chips it to Hudson. Good kick. Hudson from half forward to the goal square. And in the end, he probably should have gone back and had a shot.
Yes, I think he saw an open goal there, Bruce, and thought he might be able to steer it through, but I agree with you. I think he should have gone back, steadied, and had a direct shot. Two scoring shots to the Hawks, yet to score a goal. Richmond have kicked one straight. This is Bauer at half back, receiving the kick in. Out to centre wing. Gale marks in front of Gowers. He's right down at half back flank. Now, was he off? Umpire allows him to go back. This is Brendan Gale. The centre wing area. Collins in front, Ayres at the back. This is Matthew Knights. Read it beautifully off the pack. Centres the ball. Hogg versus Langford. What a clash that'll be. Langford punches it down. Lovely hand pass. Comes out to Waitman. Waitman wide to Hogg. Hogg brought the ground, and umpire calls play on as no, it wasn't. It was Lawrence to Whitman. Whitman to Ayres. Ayres to Langford, and again Whitman backs up. Whitman, the long clearing kick out to centre wing and puts it over the line. The good defensive play by the Hawks, but well, they certainly had another chance in Richmond.
Yeah, maybe Waitman shouldn't have handballed there. Handballed to the space and put the pressure on Hogg. But the Hawks stood up well, as we see Gowes on screen. Just played the 16 games. Lawrence and Cloak. Tony Hall made a mistake, and you've got to pay for that in this level of football. Nichols' kick is a good one to the space. Collins and Hogg. Langford will shepherd. Collins will run out of room. Drops it, should go. Doesn't. Bit lucky.
Well, he disguised it well, Bruce. He knew he was in trouble, and he quickly went to the deck with it, but technically could have been holding the ball. Lawrence versus Gale. Fast and furious opening of this game. Lawrence down. That was Menegala getting his boot the ball back into the fray. Punched down by Condon. Waitman lying on top of the ball, then taps it on. Platten is there, and Hogg. And Langford. Hogg tries to get out a hand pass. Kick out to, the high tackle on Gary Ayres. It'll be a free kick to Ayres. No doubt about that, at centre-half back.
Brute strength then from Ayres. Was able to carry one tackle and draw the high one from Lambert. Goes at right angles to Condon. Jenke loves some space for a half-back flanker. Hudson and Smith. Smith just ran him off the ball. Lees, well, must have just run it out. No argument there from the 23-year-old who's playing his 54th match today. So there's a bit of experience there. Deere and Cloak. Cloak easily. It does stay in. Bannock. Lambert, a bit of courage there. He would have felt Lawrence coming from some distance. Just a hold up for the moment. Lawrence not going to pick it up for Lambert, and Lambert unable to retrieve it. So centre wing, 6-2 the score. Poor kick. Smith did well. Lovely kick to Ryan. Got away from Jenke a couple of times. Centres it. Mitchell and Pritchard. Some speed on that wing. Off the ground by the Hawks. Lambert having a terrific start to the game. Well played. Handball good to Waitman. Another handball. Ducking the head, Naish. The Hawks will get out of it, and they do it very well. And now Condon.
Yes, that was good umpiring too, because Naish did duck the head. Let's haul. On to Pritchard. This is where Hawthorn are dangerous. Another chip hand pass to Ben Allen. Allen, the long kick down to the forward line. Dunstall underneath it. He's got no backup support in that forward pocket. This is Bannock. Quickly, great tackle by Dunstall, but he got his boot the ball out to centre wing, or half-forward flank. In fact, this is Anderson. The chip passes on. Three Hawthorn players raffle it, and the mark is taken by Hall. Now, Dunstall being hotly contested about the short one is on the Platten. Bad pass. Lees, a clearing kick right out to the wide open spaces, and it'll bounce over the line out of bounds. But gee, that was a bad pass by Anderson.
Yes, he telegraphed it. Sent a message to Richmond to tell him exactly what he was doing, and Platten sitting underneath it forever. Not much percentage in that. Deere and Cloak. Hudson. Pritchard from 50 metres on the left foot. Dunstall. So quick, isn't he? His acceleration is brilliant.
I think, Bruce, you cannot beat this man over the first 15 metres, and you must play in front of him. You give him the start. Those Hawthorn players have pinpoint accuracy with their kicks. On that occasion, we saw Darren Pritchard, beautiful kick with the left foot, and Dunstall always in front and attacks the ball hard.
Leading goal kicker at Hawthorn for the last 5 years, kicked a century in 88 and 89, 132 and 138. And he lines up for his 572nd goal and puts it through. 2 goals, or 1 goal to Dunstall, and it's 1-2 to 1 goal.
Well, that was a magnificent pass by Pritchard. Good play by Hudson to give out the hand pass, and Pritchard on the left foot, a low trajectory drop punt which no fullback could stop. Now this is going to be a huge task. Number 41 for Richmond, Scott Turner, only a young player, inexperienced, and he's playing on probably the best full forward in the game. Hawthorn by 2 points. Lawrence, centre of the ground, and a Hawthorn player lying on top of the ball, and you must make some attempt to get it out. Lambert appealing for the free kick and gets it. You just cannot afford to lie on top of it. Lambert in everything at the moment. Gale takes the mark in front of Gowers. That could be a problem for Hawthorn. Gale is a very, very good mark. Plenty of height, 198 centimetres. Of course, his brother, good player for Fitzroy. Now the short one is on. Very poor play, Hawthorn, to allow Stephen Ryan to go unchecked. And he has marked 45 metres from goal. And Alan Joyce would be livid about that. That is not Hawthorn style. Good thinking by Brendan Gale. Stephen Ryan directly in front of this very slight breeze. Chance to put Richmond in front. Ryan lays back on that one, doesn't quite make the distance, but a mark! One man in front, and it's Gale. And as I said, he is going to be a big problem down there at centre half forward for Andrew Gowers. Now, although this is only about 8 metres out, look at that angle. That is a very difficult kick for goal. I don't know whether he'll run onto the left foot and try and snap it through. I think that'll be the wise move. Looks like he might kick direct. He's going the banana kick. He's missed. So I really think, Bruce, when you take the mark on that angle, the chances of a direct kick are not very good. You're better off playing on and running off onto that left foot, if providing you're reasonably adequate on the left.
Well, 8-7, he had his chance there, Gale. You notice the ball holding up a bit with Ryan's kick, so the Hawks with the scoring in. Richmond doing well, within a point. Langford, lovely kick as usual, looks for Tuck. Cloak with him. It's about 720 games between those two. Hudson to Platten, and away go the Hawks. Platten to half forward. Deere wrestling with Lees. Hall had a hamstring problem last week. Keys with him. Smith, Dunstall, it's run right up to Dunstall. Round his body, hasn't quite got the legs, and it's a behind.
If he had have gone the other way, turned to the left, he had a man loose in front of goal, but under pressure, of course, sometimes you don't see these things. Scott Turner will bring the ball back into play. 1-3 plays 1-1. Not a bad start by the Tigers. Hawthorn kicking with the breeze. Now Jenke should almost mark this one. Lawrence tried to smother the hand pass, but it beats him over the line. Half forward for Hawthorn. A little bit of a lacklustre start by Hawthorn, but we've seen them do that time and time again, and then they can turn on the power. Turn it on the first quarter against the Swans on Monday. That was Cloak getting it out to Naish. The centre wing, Lambert, they dropped the mark. He should have taken that one, Craig Lambert. Those little men, they have really got a great mosquito fleet. Knights, Nichols, Waitman, and of course the man then who just dropped the mark, Craig Lambert.
Cloak and Lawrence. Cloak wins a tap. Naish couldn't take it. Anderson. Smith in there. And nobody able to make a clean getaway. And it'll be a ball up. Shane Harrison, Grant Vernon. It's Grant Vernon bouncing the ball at centre wing. Again, Lawrence and Cloak wrestle, and that one off the ground by Condon. Not a lot of percentage in that. He's always going to have trouble keeping it in, and he's given up a free kick at centre wing. We go to Smith. Darren Jarman's made a quiet start, hasn't had a touch. So here's Smith from centre wing.
Craig Smith, greatly improved player this year. Oh, early was Gowers, almost took the mark, and now if he had to take the mark, it would have been paid. Waitman to Hogg. Can he get there? No, he can't. In fact, that was out in the full, I felt. I think the boundary umpire has missed that. That was out by a good foot. And I don't know why the boundary umpires keep persisting in running right round that line and instead of taking the short cut. He might have seen that one. half forward for Richmond. Looking all right at the moment too. Oh, there's Nichols in sensational form. Hogg versus Langford. Hogg, yes, good mark, too strong. Very, very good mark. The quick kick from Nichols, a one-out contest, and full marks to Hogg. He is a very good full forward. Directly in front, a chance to put the Tigers in front. Jeff Hogg, very talented player. From 20 metres, stabs and goals. Richmond in front. The Tigers 2-1, lead Hawthorn 1-3. Well, those Richmond little men worrying Hawthorn at the moment. Lambert's in everything, Nichols in everything. Matthew Knight's yet to get into the play, but Hogg playing the way a full forward should play, and that is to be in front. He wrestled, put the hand out, 2 bites at the cherry, and excellent mark against a good fullback in Langford.
13-9, 2-1-1-3. Tigers by 4 points. Cloak has to sit underneath and wait. Lawrence over the back. Ben Allen. Hudson. Anderson. Eluded a couple of tackles. Then kicks for goal and kicks it through. Hawks back in front. 2-3 to 2-1.
Well, a dangerous player, Dean Anderson. That started from the centre bounce with Lawrence, the big thump, and good play by Hudson. A clever little hand pass over the top, and he was cornered, actually, Anderson, but he was able to elude the tackle onto the right foot, a hurry kick, beat the pack, and through for a valuable goal. Hawthorn by 2 points. Oh, big fresh air shot. It was by Lawrence at the ears, taking it forward. Taken by Hall, good play. Anderson, the danger player, for the half-forward line, looking for Dunstall. It's weighted back a bit on that occasion. The quick kick comes out towards Dunstall's opponent. This is Turner. Turner to Smith, Platten after him. A hurry kick by Smith straight to Jenke. Good play by Jenke to get it back into play. But there's all Richmond there, and the mark taken by Lees.
Just waiting for a couple of options. Cloak a target about 50 metres away. And that's the direction it's going. Deer with him. Whitman misses it. Cloak tackled by Ayres and Whitman. Almost up the centre wing for the Tigers. They trail by 2 points. Hawthorn last week big winners over Sydney. And Richmond looked pretty unlucky against Essendon on the Monday. Condon got it over to Hall, to Anderson, who looks for Dunstall. Over his head. He got rid of Turner pretty cleverly though. Still Dunstall, chips it round. Good looking kick, just misses. So Dunstall very much in the play. He ran Turner under the ball brilliantly, didn't he?
He did a couple of those last week against the Swans, against young Craig Nettlebeck, but he led Turner under it. Now, that's what Turner's got to watch for, because he's not a basic full forward. He's got a lot of clever tricks up his sleeves. And on that occasion, it was a difficult angle. Turner to the half-back line. Jenke sets himself, couldn't take the mark, gets it again. Good play, Jenke inside to Hudson. Hudson an open goal, stabs and slams it through for a goal. Good goal. Paul Hudson kicks his first. Hawthorn kicked their third, and they hit the front. 3-4 place 2-1.
Good play there by the Hawks, and Hudson able to finish it off. He's been battling for a spot in this team, hasn't quite been able to fulfil that earlier promise. Played for Tasmania last year against the Vicks.
What a game he played in that game.
Sure did.
That was a great play then, Bruce, by Jenke. He almost took the mark, but his recovery was magnificent. And he gave it over to Hudson. Clever play, and the son of former Hawthorn champ, Peter Hudson. Good to see him playing so well.
(22 to 13), 3-4 to 2-1. Hawthorn just starting to get on top. Ben Allen to fall forward to Dunstall. It won't quite get that far. Bannock, who's done a good job in defence, has been able to help turn her out there. Goes wide, gets Lambert, crisscrossing a bit Richmond. He'll chip it and does cleverly. Lee's long handball. They're setting it up here. Bauer at halfback. Mitchell, first time he's really been in the play.
What a duel that'll be, Mitchell versus Pritchard, Bruce.
Yes, a tremendous pace, explosive pace between the two of them. Good mark by Gale, who Peter's mentioned a couple of times, the problem for Gowers.
He's got to get in front, Andrew Gowers.
Hogg versus Langford. Knights, here's a real chance for Richmond. Knights, a wobbly one, and it wobbles through. 3-1 to 3-4. The Tigers back within 3 points.
Well, the Tigers are playing well. They took that right from the half-back line, right around that outer wing, and Mitchell took the mark, got it going quickly, and eventually Knights, who's a very clever player, he looked for an option. That was the good part of his play. He looked across to see if he could short pass, saw that he couldn't, and the wobbly old kick bounced through, but a good goal. 3 points to margin. Hawthorn lead. Back to the centre. It was Knights losing it to Jenke. He was held. Platten grabs it out of the centre. Quick kick finds Hudson. Might have been touched off the boot. Taken by Bannock. That was good play, Richmond. Bannock out the centre wing. And this is Justin Pickering. Pickering a chip pass. Whitman from behind flies. Waitman cleverly. Nichols tapped it on. Then was held. Umpire called play on. This is Steve Lawrence coming back into the fray. Goes short. Loose men everywhere for Hawthorn. Condon goes inside. Jenke doing very well. Very balanced player. Kicks it long, looking for Dunstall. Over the back, Dunstall to Paul Deere. He's on the right foot. A long hand pass. Hall at open goal. Kicks and goals for the Hawks. Tony Hall has kicked his first. Hawthorn 4-4, lead Richmond 3-1.
Gee, Lee's made a mistake there. Just didn't commit himself to the footy, allowed Dunstall to set it up firstly, and then the handball to Hall. He had to get the foot to the ball very quickly, and he was able to do it, not even though he was run down.
An interesting stat, Bruce. Richmond 19 marks to Hawthorn 7. Now, they're not, well, apart from Gale, who's taken 3 or 4 high marks, but that's because they've controlled a lot of the short game and a lot of loose men taking marks on their chest. 19 to 7 so far.
Huge disparity there.
Hawthorn by 9 points. Cloak has been in great form in recent weeks. Here's Bauer. Caught. Can't get his boot to it. Hudson harassing him. Platten in after it. And Ayres. Now there you couldn't get two better terriers than Ayres and Platten. And there's Johnny Platten, who came back to a bit of form last week against the Swans. Was a little bit like his old self.
Trademark with those locks. Free kick to Richmond. Knight's not happy with the tackle from Allen, who's got the tagging job on him. Wide to Nichols. To Pickering. He's got to beat Whitman for this footy. It's an important one. Whitman kept the pressure on, but Pickering did a good job. Nichols free kick. Against Sir Whitman. Long way out, Nichols. Centering kick, gets some distance. Gale again. Collins read it well, misses Lawrence. Mitchell will swoop on it with pace off the ground. Bad luck for Michael Mitchell. Just wouldn't sit up for him, would it?
He's a little bit stiff. Gee, he's an exciting player and great to have him back in the side. I think appendicitis he suffered from. Michael Tuck, what a player. Over 400 league games, 37 years of age. Tap down to Condon, or touch of the fumbles allows Lambert to grab it and hook it through for a goal. Good goal. Richmond come back 4-1, trail Hawthorn 4-4. And I think Anthony Condon, Bruce, just a little bit casual, the one-handed attempt instead of two hands and grabbing it hard, and that was a costly mistake, allowed Lambert in. 6 kicks, Craig Lambert, and 2 handballs. So those little men, they've got as good a mosquito fleet in the league as any team. (28 to 25). Cloak
Great tap down to Nichols. Speak of the mosquito fleet. Naish at the back. Good mark in the front. Oh, not paid. Thought that could have been for Whitman. Naish, Langford, Tuck. Quick kick to the centre. Lawrence with a height advantage there. Allen misses it but gets it back. Handball to Pritchard, who's got some space here. Takes a while to sit up for him. Has to go backwards. Loses that big advantage he had, but chips it to Platten at centre half forward. Too far out for Platten to score. But Dunstall should be the target. Platten goes long. Doesn't time it very well. Bauer in the front spot against Jarman. Mitchell cleverly. They play the 1-2 on Jarman. No free kick for Jarman. He might have been a bit unlucky.
Yeah, Mitchell to half forward. Over the back, Andrew Collins will tap it on. He's got backup support from Gowers. On to Hudson, who's playing well. Hudson to the half forward line. Tony Hall sets himself. Tap the ground. The trip. It will be a free kick to Pickering. But I was getting back to John Platten before. That was shocking play by Platten to go for a torpedo punt. Should have been setting it up with a drop punt for his full forward in Dunstall. What a brilliant mark, Jenky. A great mark, Jenky. He's playing well. Couple of bounces on the left foot. Oh, Dunstall at the back. Now it's Hall. Hall taps it onto Anderson. He went for the hand pass. Anderson gets it again. Hooks it round the corner. Is this a goal? It looks a brilliant kick. Oh, what a goal to Dean Anderson. Top kick. Dean Anderson's second goal. Hawthorn 5-4, lead Richmond 4-1.
Well, brilliant play by the Hawks, all starting from a magnificent mark by Jenky against the tide, with knowing Waitman was there. Nichols did very well to stop the Anderson handball in the first place, but Anderson with that kick round his body, his second goal for the first quarter, and that was a beauty to set up a lead of 9 points.
Lawrence jumping very high in the centre of the ground. Now this is Platten. They go forward again, Hawthorn. Lee's back with the flight of the ball. Couldn't mark. Loser. Oh, danger here. Anderson for his third goal. Kicks. Misses. So another chance to the Hawks. They've had 10 scoring shots to 5, but only 5-5 on the board to 4-1 of Richmond. But he is in good form, Anderson. He played well in a losing side when they played the Adelaide Crows on that Friday night in Adelaide.
Turner's kick. Lawrence and Cloak. Condon. Hudson behind. So Hudson, who kicked a goal earlier in the quarter, it's kicked 1-2. It's 5-6 to 4-1. High standard match, 36-25. Deep into this first quarter into time on, just 2 3/4 minutes remaining. And Peter, an important couple of minutes for Richmond. They've got a hold here. They've done a good job, but if Hawthorn can bang on another one, then a lot of the good job has been undone.
Well, they've actually played very well, Richmond. But they're a difficult side to counter, Hawthorn. They've got so many options and so many good running players. But I agree with you, Bruce. They have to hold them in this couple of minutes. There's Knights. On to Steve Ryan. Now, he's loose. A short pass to Menegola. Oh, a little bit casual, I felt. Allows Tuck in there. Oh, free kick to Tuck. He was grabbed when he didn't have it. Now, Tuck, he'll look the play on. He always does. Now, he's going to kick out to the half-forward line. Paul Deere. Oh, great mark, Deere. A top mark. Now, he should get it going. Dunstall leads to the pocket. He kicks it out wide. Out comes Dunstall. Oh, 3 Hawthorn players raffle that one. And this man is having a day out, Ray Jenky. He's playing very, very well. Well, he spent a year or so in and out of the reserves, up to the seniors, and, well, he's playing well today. Ray Jenky, a chance to kick Hawthorn's 6th goal. Normally a pretty good kick. There it is. Oh, no, he kicks it out to the right. And another behind, so poor kicking by Hawthorn. 5-7, so that's only 7 behinds from 12 scoring shots. 12 scoring shots to 5, so really they have wasted this first quarter.
Turner. Cloak the target. Ryan there as well. Anderson, who's been one of the stars of the first term, to Allen. High one to the square. Turner and Dunstall. Dunstall used his body brilliantly. Hudson kicks a goal. 6-7 to 4-1. The Hawks by 3.
Well, Bruce, we spoke a moment ago how important it was this last couple of minutes for Richmond. Well, they've allowed Hudson to come in and kick a goal, and that's his second. He is a very clever player, like his father. His father would snoop around, out the front, out the back, and amazing how many times the ball bounced into his dad's hands. So this guy, he's got a little bit of his father's ability. Clever goal. Hawthorn by 3 goals, still a minute of play left, so an important minute. There's Hudson appealing for the free kick. Ben Allen for the half-forward line, the mark taken by Bannock. Bannock back to Lees, and Lees clears it wide. He's looking for Stephen Ryan. He's playing on Jenky. Some good shepherding by Craig Smith takes Jenky out of the play. Ryan up the centre wing will bring it towards the half-forward line.
Drop punt, good mark to Gale, not paid. Tuck, Platten. 35 seconds remaining. Deer, Hall, or Jarman I should say. Got some class, Jarman, across the centre. Dunstall, and it's forced out.
So I don't know whether Bruce, whether he had a shot then. I think he tried to hook it round to Dunstall.
I'm sure he did. He just didn't really get onto it, did he? But he tried to centre it and give Dunstall an opportunity. Pretty casual, Jarman. Such a great mover. Here's Bannock. He's had a lot of the play, but so's this man Jenky. Quick one to Platten. And the siren sounds at quarter time. 6-7, 4-1. A 3-goal margin. Start of the second term. Richmond kicking to the left. Hawthorn leads by 18 points. Got away from the Tigers just towards the end of that first term. Mitchell, Bauer, only a short kick. Lambert unable to take it. Gowers gets it back to Ayres, who kicks to the centre wing. Bannock and Anderson. Anderson had a brilliant first quarter, kicked a couple of special goals. Here's Lambert to Mitchell. Had a quiet opening. Floating drop punt. Gale, excellent mark. He's been a real problem, as Peter McKenna's mentioned a couple of times. At centre half forward. He's got a marking edge over Gowers. The short one is a good one, a strong mark by Hogg. They're the two keys for them up forward.
Yeah, well, Hogg is a very, very good full forward. Leads well, hits the ball hard. He's on a good player though in Langford. We had no chance in Chris Langford. This would really pep the young Tigers up. If he could kick this from 48 metres, very acute angle. Oh, not a bad looking kick. A beautiful kick right through the middle of goal to Jeff Hogg. Jeff Hogg has kicked 2. Richmond 5-1. Trail Hawthorn 6-7. Well, they might have to make a move shortly, Bruce, because Gowers is getting a hiding from Gale at centre half forward. It's been a problem all year with Chris Muir out of the side for the Hawks. And the option, of course, is to bring Langford out, but that could be robbing Peter to pay Paul, of course. Langford's done very well on Kernahan in the past.
43 to 31, so the Tigers within 2 goals. Lawrence and Cloak. Cloak's quick kick to centre half forward. Pickering. Menagol, who's been quiet. Hooks it back. Langford should take it. Oh, misses it. Really should have gobbled that one up. Nash, who can kick goals, round his body, hooks it and misses. But you don't see Langford doing that very often.
That's a bad miss. A very, very bad miss. Took it a little bit too easily, Chris Langford. 6-7 plays 5-2, and they wouldn't want to relax Hawthorn. This young Richmond side, very enthusiastic. Langford, beautiful kick out to Condon. If they can get it out the centre wing, Pritchard's on his own. Now, he's got Lawrence and Pritchard. Oh, again, Pritchard's still out there on his own. Whitman's missed him. But he kicks out long to Jarman. Jarman takes front position and a good mark on Bauer, and he's a clever player, Jarman. Immediately gets onto the right foot. Look at that kick to Dunstall. Can't take the second bite. Matthew Knights. Again, Richmond rebound. And a beautiful pass out to Mitchell. Mitchell, a long hand pass to Lambert. There are a lot of unchecked players in this game. Lambert to the half-forward line. The short one is on. Gowers puts pressure on. Breaking the tackle was Nash. And a push in the back. The umpire's found. And it will come back to Richmond at half-forward. And it looks like Chris Nace to take it. Andrew Collins on the mark. He's lost his boot. It's not his kicking foot, but he'll take his time and put it on, I would think. Yes, he does. This young guy kicked 4 goals against Essendon last week.
And 4 against the Saints in the opening round. So
yes, and reads the play well up in their forward pocket. Hangs around Jeff Hogg. Pressure put on Hogg many of the times that the ball comes down. A chance for a little rover down in the goal square area. Came from Wangaratta originally.
Good play by Knights in defence a few moments ago to win the hard ball and give Mitchell the space, and he was able to give it to Lambert. So this will test him, Peter, but certainly with the breeze behind him, there's a good chance he can kick this.
No doubt. I don't think about the distance, Bruce. He should certainly make that. He'll kick from a 50-metre line, very, very slight angle. There's the kick. Oh, beautiful looking drop punt. Right through the middle for a goal to the Tigers. That's his first. Chris Nation, Richmond only trail by 5 points. Well, that free kick was for a push in the back. Not a lot in it, but technically the free kick was there. And it was a good rebound, that, as Bruce mentioned, from Knights. The kick was to Dunstall from Jarman, but they rebounded that ball very, very well from Mitchell.
Excellent start here by Richmond. 2 goals in the first 2 or 3 minutes of this second quarter, and they've got themselves back to within 5 points. Lawrence, Platten couldn't get away with it. Nichols was able to squeeze a kick to centre half forward. Gale probably should have taken it in the end, had enough time. Condon, Platten, had a lot of touches in the first quarter. Here's Dunstall, good kick, Platten. It's just every time they get the footy, they know what to do with it. They know Dunstall will be on the lead.
But how good was that kick? And yet in the first quarter, when he broke clear, he went for an impossible torpedo punt, nearly put it out in the full, Johnny Platten.
Dunstall from 40 metres. He was missing these in the night series, but kicked that one pretty well. It's his second. 7-7-6-2.
Well, that was good play by Anthony Condon then to run straight at the ball. He got a little bit of a fortunate bounce, but set it up for Platten. And John Platten has the ability to kick like that, but at times he lets himself down by these long attempted 70-metre torpedo punts, which he very rarely gets onto, and it makes it hard for his forwards. Hawthorn by 11 points. Actually, Lawrence doing pretty well against Cloak at the centre bounces. Ayres. Tapped out by Lawrence was good play to Gowers. To the half-forward line, Hall has it punched away. Jarman, clever. Very, very clever there, Jenky. The short one is on. Dunstall marks out in front. And young Scott Turner had no chance of stopping that. The last 2 kicks, no fullback in Australia would have stopped.
Gee, Jarman's handball was brilliant, wasn't it?
A lot of people were claiming they're almost throws, Bruce.
They're certainly quick, they're accurate, they're effective. Dunstall for his third. 8-7-6-2. And suddenly the Hawks are away again after Richmond had challenged them strongly.
Well, the slight breeze favouring the end which Richmond is kicking to, but you can score both ends at BFL Park on a day like this. Only a slight breeze, and sometimes, in fact, sides can play better into the breeze. And Hawthorn, if you give them that loose man, as Jarman created then with that quick hand pass, well, you can't stop that delivery to Dunstall. .17 points to margin. Lawrence doing well. Centre bounce, he's jumping high and aggressive. Mitchell. Knights shuffles it out to Lambert. Lambert to the full forward line. Hogg against Langford over the back. Hogg, gee, did that well. Hogg up in front of goal, but Tuck races at it and runs it through for it behind. Good play by Michael Tuck, and that's years of experience. Richmond 6-3, Hawthorn 8-7. 407
games for Tucky. Chris Langford, himself in the veteran class. The 28-year-old The fullback of the 80s, he was described as in the papers this morning. Hudson, strong mark at centre half-back. Plays on. Collins, the best and fairest at the club last year. Tony Hall abusing. Quick handball to Jenke. Jenke from centre half forward goes for Dunstall. Too far for him, but a chance for Pritchard. Walks in and goals. 9-7, 6-3. The Hawks are away now.
Well, that was great play by Hawthorn. That is typical of their play. 9-7 to 6-3, as Bruce said, but Pritchard on the receiving end, but the magnificent play further afield. And Jenke with sheer determination, great mark by Hall to get the ball going, and then Jenke with sheer determination crashed his way through the tackle, and he's having a good day, and he's a beautiful kick, and this is the feature of this Hawthorn side is their disposal, and well, when you've got a champion full forward there as well, and a great player on the wing like Pritchard, they're hard to stop this team.
61 to 39, the Hawks have opened it up again. After the Tigers got within 5 points early in this quarter, Lawrence beating Cloak easily in the ruck. Allen round his body. Hall. Lees. Ryan. Hawthorn fans wanting a free kick to Hall. Ryan from half-back. Held it up for a fair while. Oh, fingertip and an excellent mark to Gale.
Brendan Gale doing very well at centre half forward. They need him. And Bernie Hawks up the north of Tasmania. They need him firing. There's Lawrence. Oh, good mark to theirs. Strength. How many times have we seen that over the years? 2 times the Norm Smith medalist for best and fairest on the ground in a grand final. And Platten, I just get the feeling he's running into a bit of form, Bruce.
Yes, 8th kick, Peter, and playing well.
Richmond. Half back. Now he's kicking a high bomb to the centre of the ground. Paul Deere. Over the back is Hall. Oh, it's tapped straight out to Hall. Oh, well played by Jenke. Danger here because Dunstall will come out in front. Now let's see the cleverness here. He tried to tap it on. Craig Smith was the recipient though. And Smith gets Richmond out of danger, but straight to Hawthorn players. The mark taken by Tuck.
37 years of age. Condon the target. Mitchell, brilliant mark. Not a good kick by Tuck. Just too slow getting to Condon.
Dead right.
So Mitchell from the centre square goes wide. Again, Ryan is set up by Tuck. Good play by, I was going to say the old fellow, better call him the veteran. Ryan, Tucky's still after him, worrying him, staying with him. Platten, Hall, Anderson, hip and shoulder by Bannock was fair and strong and good. It sits for Bannock now, and Bannock with a high one. He just panicked a bit in the end and was off balance and has given away the football.
It was bad luck to Bannock. It was good play. He kept at it, the young player who plays with a lot of coolness. It's a free kick to Michael Tuck, but what about Tucky chasing out there and
Stephen Ryan.
Look at that. Recruited from Berwick in 1971.
He's playing when you were out there, Peter.
Well, I played 5 years of league football at the same time as Michael Tuck, and I've been retired since 77. That's 13 years, so add that up, Bruce. He's been going a long time. Ayres on the left foot. Paul Deere sets himself. Oh, good mark at the back by Brendan Bauer. Bauer coming straight down the centre of the ground on the left foot, a high floater. That won't help the forwards. Andrew Collins at the back goes for the punch. Then tries to appeal for the mark. He's got backup support from Gowers, who waits. Stephen Ryan taps it on. Good play by Collins. Nation after it also. Now it's Lawrence. Cleverly to Tuck. Tuck a wobbly kick out the centre wing. Hall will lead in the race for the ball. Can he get it before it goes over? He can't.
Bit of the sting's gone out of Richmond. They had 4 players around the football a moment ago at centre half forward and couldn't make anything of it. And you just wonder whether they're going to kick enough goals to beat Hawthorn from today. Cloak and Lawrence. In the body-to-body, Cloak does well, but when they run against one another, Lawrence with a bit of height, some excellent play. Knights took it from Lambert and then kicks it to Hogg. Kicks it brilliantly, and Hogg is a bit of a handful up forward. Maybe here's where they'll get their goals from, this man.
Well, I said 2 years ago, Bruce, and I was ridiculed at the time, he had the potential to kick 100 goals, and I still feel he can, providing they use him properly.
His kicking today has been excellent. This will take his very best. Only 40 metres out, but tucked away in the pocket. Drop punt. And he's kicked that pretty well, just missing. So Jeff Hogg giving Richmond something up forward. They're up to 6-4 and Hawthorn 9-7, a 21-point margin.
This is good thinking by Richmond. They're playing Langford well. The only way to beat Chris Langford is to lead him up the ground. He's a pretty strong fullback. He's 6'4", but you must play the percentages, and leading up the ground is the way to go. Langford to the half-back line. Knights, Menegola. Knights again, loses it in the tackle. Here's Pritchard. Here's where Hawthorn are dangerous. Condon. Oh, shocking kick by Condon. He was looking for Hudson against Smith. The loose ball comes out wide, back to Condon. Now he should give it over here to Anderson. He does. He shuffles it on. Anderson plays on to Dunstall. Out he comes and marks. And that is champagne football and beautiful to watch.
Yes, Condon persisted. Anderson's kick was accurate. The Dunstall lead was consistent. Kick 3 already.
Well, he's kicked 3, as Bruce said, and a difficult angle. Oh, that's to the right. This could be out in the full. And a bad miss by Jason Dunstall. Should at least score from there. Hasn't really kicked well this year. Even last week against the Swans, he kicked 9, but he missed a couple of sitters. The kick to the halfback line. Lawrence is the flyer. Matthew Knights read it well, looking for the hand pass. Mitchell, no one catches him once he grabs the ball. On to Smith. Smith coming down, centre half-back region, out wide. Now Tuck against Stephen Ryan. Well played by Tuck, and goes and gets it again. Oh, great play by Tuck, and finds Whitman.
In the centre square, not a good kick. Hudson against Cloak. Cloak unable to take it. Paul Deere goes to ground. Cloak in late. Anderson's quick kick. And nice mark to Keys. Should go wide to Smith, and he does. Now they've got a paddock here. He can really run this. Give it to Nichols, who's inside of him. Decides to go on his own. 3 bounces. Then goes short. Looks for Gale, and he's just such a good mark. Most of his kicks have been too far out to score. Quickly plays on. Waitman, Hogg and Langford. Langford front spot. Pickering. Almost a throw, I thought, by Lawrence. Langford, quick kick. Waitman, too far out to score, but he's got Lambert short, and he'll kick it to him now, and he'll find him, yes or no. Too far, but Lambert with a chance. He's normally good from here. Snapshot, misses, and they've made a mess of that, Peter.
That is a disgraceful kick by Craig Lambert. That really lets the side down. Lawrence a shocker too, to the half-back line. Well played, Ben Allen. Free kick to Allen. Oh, let go. Oh, boy, how could he not play that? Tapped on to Mitchell, who lies on top of it. Condon a quick kick. Now a chance for Gale. Waitman from 45 metres off the side of the boot. Hogg versus Langford. The ball bounces back into play. Tuck. Back it comes to Langford. I don't know why that wasn't a free kick a moment ago. Langford to the half-back line. A clever hand pass. Condon. Hawthorn running the ball. Pritchard. And Pritchard, the long kick, looking for Jarman, who flies and marks.
And then plays on brilliantly. Watch for Dunstall. Well played, Turner. The kick wasn't 100%. Jarman back in it. The skill level's extraordinary. Bauer runs out of room in the end.
He has got, that guy, Jarman, has got sensational skills.
Well, I saw a guy in Adelaide a lot of years ago called Paul Bagshaw who plays just like him. A lot of Victorians wouldn't know him, but he's got a special quality for balance and always seems to have plenty of time. I guess that's the trademark of all the good players. And for the second time, Bannock's kicked it out of bounds on the full, and that's not good enough.
Well, you mentioned that there was a guy in the early 50s. I was only a little kid, but there was a guy that played for North Melbourne, a champion called Les Foote, and he had those magical skills too, and crowds had come to watch him, as we see Condon to full forward. Tony Hall and Dunstall set themselves. The ball hits the deck. Platten in after it for Hawthorn. He shuffles it out. Oh, it's pretty eager in the packs. Here's Paul Deere with a set shot at goal. Hooks it across his body and puts it out of bounds.
Didn't think you were ever a little fellow. In the 50s, was it, Pete? 9-7 to 6-4.
Very early 50s, as a matter of fact, Bruce.
21 points in it. So just a stalemate at the moment. Goals hard to get after a free-scoring first quarter. Good tap out to Condon. Nice smother by Smith. Might have taken too long, Condon. Mitchell tries to thump it away. Lambert over the top of it. Back to Mitchell. Well, he's got that pace. He was able to get away. That wasn't strength, that was acceleration. Nichols, will he take Anderson on here? Yes. Runs a long way. Bangs it to centre half forward. Gale falls over. Ryan, Gowers, Tuck, who's had a brilliant second term. Collins will get this one from Whitman. Still Collins, goes to ground. Oh! Play on call where they're letting it go. Still play on. Tuck with a fresh air shot. And at long last, it'll be a ball up. You reckon there should have been a free kick there?
Oh, what are you allowed to do this day? Just jump onto a bloke's back. Fair dinkum. Half forward. Going early was Lawrence, and that's a free kick against him. And he went far too early against Gale. He's been jumping. He's got to run out of puff, Bruce. He's been jumping about 3 feet in the air. Stephen Lawrence, every time he's gone for it. This is Brendan Gale playing a good game at half forward. He'll have to kick from 55, so it won't be easy, but he's pretty confident. All the players are back in the square, so they think he can certainly make the distance. They need it, Richmond. And an absolute shocker. Now, I said recently on a night game in Brisbane that the only skill in league football that has not improved over the years is the kicking for goal, and I think that's been borne out today.
Langford, well, that was an excellent example of what you've been talking about. Collins, good play, Langford. An excellent kick, very good mark by Collins against Naish. Langford running for Collins, decides to go to centre wing to Pritchard. Just in play, so the Hawks setting it up now. Across the ground. Whitman, big space here for Anderson, and he likes to run with the footy. Dunstall, Allen, Jenke, Jarman. Still Jarman. That's not bad. Misses.
He's got sense. Well, he is going to be an exciting player to watch for years to come. He has got magnificent skills. The real pure football skills that people love to watch.
Well, he's got Brownlow medalist written all over him, hasn't he?
Clever. He must have dominated the game in South Australia because that sort of ability. Now, Lawrence is beating Cloak today. Cloak's been best on the ground 2 weeks in a row. He's lowered his colours today. This is Knights to half forward. Langford out in front of Hogg, gets a beautiful bounce. And Chris Langford kicks it wide to Ayres. Can he get there? No, but he's got plenty of time to swing onto the left foot. The chip passes on. And Hawthorn doing as they like at the moment. Condon, another chip pass to Platten, who drops the mark. Bannock and Platten. Oh, well done by Condon. Beautiful hip and shoulder bump, and Bannock is hurt. And a free kick to Hawthorn. Condon plays on. There's a loose man in Hudson. No, he'll have to go back and kick over the mark. But that hip and shoulder from Condon has really hurt Anthony Bannock. He's right now.
Classic bump. Here's Platten, free kick going to the former Brownlow Magarey medalist. Dunstall the target. 5 players up. Here's Jarman. Usually has these for breakfast, and he puts it straight through. Misses, sorry. Thought it was a goal.
I was waiting for the goal umpire to signal a goal.
Well, maybe I've put the jinx on him saying he's had it for breakfast, but that looked home, didn't it?
He normally just hooks those straight through. He's a sensational left foot kick. 18 shots to 10, Bruce. They've dominated Hawthorn.
Yeah, they should really be 5 or 6 in front. So Richmond need a goal here. Still 7.5 minutes remaining in this first half.
Scott Turner, the unenviable task. Oh, there's Hall going too early. That's a free kick to Cloak. Or was it? No, it was Lawrence actually who went too early. It's a free kick to Richmond. But Cloak hasn't been in the game, David Cloak. Now, Cloak to centre wing. Oh, the mark dropped down there by Maxfield. Then goes and gets it again. Hogg versus Langford. Hogg used the body well. Can he put his boot to the ball? Langford's got him. Put it on the ground. Back up support from Ayres. How often have we seen that? Ayres the chip pass, and he finds Pritchard, and that should be 50. Now that should be 50, and the umpire has pinged Dale Wakeman for that. Good umpire. Unnecessary.
Yes, not a good play by the captain. And loose men left, right and centre here for Hawthorn. But Pritchard held up. Off the side, Condon versus Nichols. Good mark, Condon. Second excellent bit of play in a couple of minutes by Condon. Called to play on. Gets around Mitchell very easily. And then a shocking kick.
I can't understand, Bruce, when a player gets clear like he did then, and also Johnny Platten in the first quarter, why you would go for a torpedo punt when you've got a player like Tunstall up there. Wouldn't you just set it up for him?
Kick it to the space.
Yeah, kick it to the space with the drop punt. Just let him run to it. Deer in front. Cloak. Now, a bit of a ticky touch with one against Cloak. And he's not happy, and I don't blame him for that one. I didn't think there was much in that at all. And Cloak having plenty to say. Paul Deer does take front position, but a bit fortunate then, I thought. 50 metres he'll kick from into the breeze. One of the most improved players in the game, Paul Deer. Off the side of the boot to the pocket. Dunstall sets himself. And he's got a chance off the ground, Dunstall. And 1 point. 9-10 the Hawks. Richmond 6-4, so the margin 4 goals.
Got Dunstall down for 3 goals, 3. He's the leading goal kicker in the competition at this early stage. And would be favourite to get the title back from John Longmire. A half-back. Jenke flew for a while. Condon caught by Nichols. Platten. Dunstall on a lead. No free kick off the ground. Good play by Bauer. Did it very well. Here's Maxwell. Lambert. This is where Richmond's at its best. They're potent when they can run. Lambert's kick. Gale. Good play that time, Gowers. Allen. Gale. Not very effective. Ayres. Naish, terrific mark Ayres. Free kick in the end. Play on allowed. Langford, who's having a terrific quarter, goes to Platten.
Yes, and Platten's starting to really come into the game. They're looking for Dunstall. Out to the pocket comes Dunstall. Oh, well done by young Turner. I thought Dunstall had his name written all over that. That's Cloak to the wide open spaces. Will it sit? It does. Craig Smith. Trent Nichols. Gowans. Now Andy Collins runs at it and misses it. Tapped on, but Collins goes to get it again. Gee, they fall down up forward, Richmond. They get it there. Collins, easy as you like. Couple of bounces. Then kicks short. He's looking for Platten against Mitchell. Bumped off the ball was Platten, and that was hip and shoulder stuff. So that was fair enough. Throw in almost at centre wing.
Yes, the Tigers have had it at half forward on a number of times in this quarter and have been unable to capitalise on their forward thrust. Gale against Lawrence. Lambert caught, good tackle, holding the ball. He's had 10 kicks, 6 handballs, Lambert, but not that time. Here's Lawrence. Hudson in the right spot. It was a missed kick in the end, but Hudson always in the position to take it. Goes backwards, but sets it up to Whitman. He's got Jarman wide if he wants him. He's running at right angles. Waiting for Dunstall to take off. He does now. Didn't quite get to him. Richmond mess it up though. Pritchard caught. Good tackle. And the Tigers will probably get out of it though. Whitman and Collins have got a chance here against Lees. It'll beat all of them and be a throw in at centre wing.
I bet you Brian Lees was wrapped too. That ball went over the line with 2 quick little blokes chasing him. He might have been in trouble. Just over 3 minutes of play left, but that Hawthorn defence has been too strong for the Richmond forwards in this quarter. Then when they rebound, they are a very, very good side. And I think they're doing well also. Oh, clever little kick by Whitman. Grabbed by Naish. They're doing well because Lawrence is controlling the ruck. Pickering. Lambert. Now let's see if Lambert can do it. Oh, the short one is on here. Hogg and Langford over the back is Andrew Collins backing up his fullback as he does time and time again and out to the wide open spaces. Trent Nichols and Craig Lambert. Lambert. Nichols from 50 metres sets it up. Oh, here's a chance. A big chance for a mark and goal coming up, and that is a mark right in front of the Richmond goal. And this could be Francis, I think, Matthew Francis.
I think the 50-metre penalty's been played too. Not that it makes much difference.
I think it'd be put into the crowd if it was, but Here's Matthew Francis, an easy goal and a badly needed one coming up here to Richmond from directly in front, and a goal. So a badly needed goal to Richmond. 7-4, plays 9-10.
Well, that goal set up by two of the really hard workers for the Tigers in Lambert and Nichols. They just had the numbers against Collins. Nichols providing the shepherd originally, and then Lambert able to get the handball to Nichols. Good centering kick too. It's a terrific kick. He played the percentage. Platten very, very strong on Francis. And as I said, I think from a technicality point of view, the 50 metres was paid. Francis has just come onto the ground, able to step in and kick the easiest of goals.
Hawthorn by 3 goals, but really they should be a lot further in front. There's Ben Allen. A quick kick to the half-forward line. Keys couldn't take the mark. Oh, danger here because Hudson's got it. On the left foot, Paul Hudson fires in a goal. And what's he done with it? He's gone. Hawthorn quick to retaliate. 3 goals to Paul Hudson. 10-10 the Hawks. Richmond 7-4.
Yes, they've got all the answers, the Hawks. Richmond worked very hard for their goal, and Hawthorn able to rebound very quickly. Richmond did well in the first place to hold it up, but Hudson able to get the crumbs, and the left foot was a beauty. 3 goals to Hudson. 70-46. Lawrence aided by a poor bounce that time. Lees, Lambert and Mitchell against Whitman. Whitman able to put the tackle on. Mitchell, Platten with him. Hawthorn hold it up brilliantly because Richmond were right in that. And Ayres and Langford and Collins, Whitman all doing well across half-back and full-back. Just a minute and a half remaining. A bit less than that in this first half. 20 shots to 11. That's probably the best indication of the difference in the two teams. Platten, who's back to something like his 1987 form today. Maxfield, Pickering, Waitman has been quiet, chips one to Hogg, good mark, nice kick but a terrific mark. And Peter, full forwards have got to kick these.
Oh, that's beautiful play, and he delayed the lead. It was a beautiful lead. He just waited back and then banked. A couple of metres to the side and the ball put right into his hands.
Well, the Tigers really need this. Hogg for his third from 40 metres out. About a 60-degree angle. Drop punt. And hits the post, gives it a real rattle. So Hogg's missed his last couple.
They needed that. And you said it, Bruce. Full forwards have to kick those from 30 metres. So vital kick, Bruce, right on getting towards half-time. 19 seconds. Well, just would have given them a bit of a lift. Still got that 3 goals, 5 buffer, Hawthorn. Oh, that's a free kick against Lawrence. He dragged his opponent down. It was Waitman. Waitman too far out to score, I would think. Oh, there's a loose man in the pocket if he kicks it now, but he's going for the... Oh, there's that wobbly kick to the forward line again, and the mark taken. Why would you kick the torpedo punt? Again, that was evidence there with the ball dropped short. There's the siren to end the second quarter here at Waverley. Hawthorn with a very healthy lead, 10-10-70 to Richmond 7-5-47.
Well, let's hope the Tigers can hang on here. Start of the second half at VFL Park. Hawthorn by 23 points. Richmond kicking to the right. 10-10 to 7-5 at half-time. Cloak goes early, Lawrence wins as he did in most cases in the first half. Gale, high ball round his body. Collins and Naish. Waitman. Whitman to centre half forward. Keys gets back on it and a good mark by Smith. He had the run at the back. A little bit of a height advantage over Hudson. He's got Maxfield short if he wants him. And now goes wide. Gale just gives a little shove out and a free kick against him to go to Lawrence.
Yes, I thought he telegraphed that one to Lawrence. He made sure the umpire saw it. It was only a slight nudge. Lawrence to the half-forward line. Ben Allen crashing his way through. A greatly improved player. Good play by Allen. A hurry kick. Hudson for his fourth coming up. Stabs at it. And there's another one. 4 goals, Paul Hudson. Well, great start to the Hawks. 11-10 to 7-5.
Just the start they wanted. Some persistence there by Ben Allen. He refused to give the footy away, and his persistence was rewarded. And Hudson deadly from 35 metres out with a low drop punt that was never going to miss, and he kicks his 4th and Hawthorn's 11th. 76 to 47. So the Hawks off to a flying start. Condon's quick kick, Lee's, and Peter, you just get the feeling that Richmond are going to be assaulted in this term by Hawthorn. You get the feeling they might get right on top.
Well, there's Tuck, 2 bites of the cherry, but he's marked centre wing, and has not let them down today. Michael Tuck has been dependable in defence, and Hawthorn defence very good, of course. Collins, Langford, Ayres. Jenky's been a good player. There's Tony Hall set himself to the mark. Oh, there's danger because Plackton's over the back. Well, he's just lost that yard in pace and couldn't get there first. Dunstall head for the ground. Socket off the ground by Trent Nichols out wide. He's got a player there in Smith. He's caught, gets in a hand pass, and still in play, in fact. Grabbed by Jenky, having a great day. Jenky to Hudson. Hudson back to, oh, he's looking for Jenky, but it was intercepted down there by Cloak. Taken away by Smith. Smith to centre wing. Lawrence at the back. Socket off the ground by Lawrence, in fact. Condon overran it. Lambert wide to Mitchell. Now, Mitchell versus Pritchard. Mitchell leads by 5 metres. Shepherding by Waitman was good play. Michael Mitchell around the corner. He's looking up there for Brian Lees. Lees up from defence. Goes back to Waitman. A chance now for the Tigers. Waitman. Pickering brought down as he kicked it. Hogg tries to get in a hand pass. Still got it, Jeff Hogg. Kicks it across goal. Gowers. Nice hand pass to Langford, and Hawthorn again get out of defence. A poor kick, though, lands in the hands of Trent Nichols.
The centre square. Waitman short for him. Goes wide to Smith. Platten will try and run him down. Got a bad bounce, Smith. It wasn't a good kick. Platten looking for a free kick. Jenky. Advantage played. Jenky through centre wing. Dunstall. Brilliant kick, Jenky. Strong mark to Dunstall.
Ray Jenky's had a great game, Bruce, and his disposal has been impeccable.
So Dunstall from the 50-metre line. Kick 3-3. Drop punt. It's a superb kick, but falling about a metre short in the end. And Keys able to take the mark right on the line for Richmond.
Keys has gone short and has found Smith. Craig Smith out wide to the half-back line. Good play by Jarman to put the pressure on Bauer. Is that 50? Umpire calls it is 50-metre penalty against Darren Jarman. And Bannock was off and running. He was a bit disappointed. The umpire paid the 50. Bauer will come right up. Could be another 50 against Jarman if he's not careful. In fact, it was a decent old 50. In fact, he kicks it before Jarman manned the mark. And so the kick will come back, gives the Hawthorn defenders plenty of time to man up. Gale leads to the half-forward line. He and Gowers have had a good battle, but Gowers has been well beaten on the day. That was a good mark on that occasion. Pritchard almost lost it in the tackle to Mitchell. On it goes to Gowers. Gowers coming down centre wing. 2 bounces. That'll give his confidence a boost to the half-forward line, but it was a bad kick straight in the hands of Keys.
Ex-Collingwood chips it to another. Well, he was ex-Collingwood, Cloak, but of course Cloak, great footy was played at Richmond. Smith. Gowers went early. Tuck. Just kept it in.
Educated kick, I think you'd call that one.
He's done well. The stats always don't tell the story with Tucky. He's done the mopping up. Just plays a role each week. checker. Doesn't provide quite the rebound he used to, but still worthy of his place in the team. What a credit he is to the game. Condon. And Hawthorn will be looking for Condon and Anderson in the future to play a role that Tuck's been able to play over the years. Here's Hall to Jenke, who really has had an exceptional day. Short one was brilliant to Dunstall. Suddenly Jenke's become a pivotal player for Hawthorn.
Well, Jenke's game today has been quite magnificent because every time he has touched the ball, something has come of it. His foot disposal down the ground, not only to Dunstall, but just generally throughout the day has been magnificent. Dunstall must love leading to some of these Hawthorn players.
For his fourth goal from centre half forward, and it's straight through. 4 to Dunstall, 12 to Hawthorn, 12-10 to 7-5.
Well, Hawthorn lead by 5-5 and in danger of running away with this game. Really, Richmond have to lift, they have to work a lot harder, they have to man up, and they have to check a lot of these Hawthorn players that are running loose, because you give one of these Hawthorn guys a break, it's a goal coming up to Dunstall. Hawthorn by 35 points. Lawrence has dominated the centre bounces today. It was Jarman in after it. Knights, Lambert runs into trouble. Jarman cleverly gets in a quick hand pass. Hudson's been a great player. Dunstall at the back should mark and does. And read it beautifully in 1 out. Oh, the umpires pinged him for a push out. Very unlucky, I felt. I thought that was man on man, but the free kick went to Turner.
To Lees. Crowd don't like it. Smith. He's had a few kicks in this third quarter. Centre wing, Gale, good mark. Quick gift to Naish, who hasn't had a lot of touches. Knights in the front, he's been quiet. High tackle on Ayres. Ayres, he shows him the mouth guard.
Played well, Bruce.
He has.
Dependable.
Been a good game by the man they call Conan the Barbarian. To centre wing. Bauer runs out and runs out with the footy. Crowd around about 26,000-27,000, and they see Hawthorn lead 82 to 47.
A vital quarter of football coming up as far as Richmond is concerned. Hawthorn really showing some signs that they could really run away with this. Pritchard cleverly. Condon, the running game showing out again. Hudson to Dunstall, and look at that. Pinpoint accuracy, magnificent left foot pass by Hudson. And Scott Turner, the youngster at fullback, has had no chance of stopping those passes. Dunstall has kicked 4 and will kick from 48 metres directly in front. Jason Dunstall kicks. Will it sneak in? It's close. A little bit to the right, I felt. And that's what the goal umpire said. So Hawthorn 12-11 to 7-5, but they have missed some easy ones.
Well, he's one of the great full forwards in the game, but you wouldn't say he's one of the greatest kicks in the game. He's a good kick, but he's not a real special kick.
He does miss a lot.
But he's a special player. Centre wing, Mitchell with a high one. Condon. Hudson, who's played very well today. To Pritchard. Left foot for goal. Hits the post. Is it a free kick back here?
And it might be a kick down the ground even, I think.
I think Dunstall's going to get it. Now, it's coming back, just conferring Shane Harris with the goal umpire that it hit the post, so it's a free kick to Hawthorn, to Pritchard, I think.
Yeah, it'll be Pritchard, because that's where the hand pass landed, or the quick kick, I should say.
Kick 1 goal, Pritchard. A lot of good Tasmanians playing in this competition. This is one of them, and Pritchard straight through for another one. So that's his second. Hawthorn's 13-11 to 7-5.
Well, I said a moment ago that you cannot let a Hawthorn man loose, because once the loose man is created, their skills with the foot and hand are just too good. On that occasion, Hudson was dumped after he got rid of it, and Pritchard received an easy kick, but There are signs here that Hawthorn are about to really run away with this and have a big quarter. Lawrence jumping high again. Down at Hudson, playing a top game. Oh, flattened as he kicked it. A relayed free kick. Jarman will take it 40 metres out directly in front. Bad play the Tigers. Waitman arguing with the umpire that Hudson flattened twice after he got rid of the ball.
Cloak unhappy along with Waitman. The free kick was against Waitman.
Darren Jarman from directly in front has kicked his first. Hawthorn 14-11, Richmond 7-5.
Well, it's as if the gates have opened and the Hawks have charged through. They're out to an 8-goal lead all of a sudden. Jarman with his first, that one against Waitman. Came in a bit high and a bit late on Hudson. And you back Jarman from 40 metres out from a set shot any time of the day, and he made it look pretty easy as he just popped it through for his first. It's 95 to 47. 14-11 to 7-5. 48-point margin. And the Hawks are on fire here. Cloak and Lawrence. Whitman. Tapped on by Paul Deere. Morrissey now on the ground. Condon to Jenke. He's had a blinding game to Pritchard. He's kicked two. Pritchard for his third, off balance. And kicks it out of bounds on the full. But they're making very few mistakes, Hawthorn.
Richmond have stopped to a walk at the moment. They look almost shell-shocked, as if they'd played their game last week against Essendon. That's Scott Turner bringing it back to the half-back line. Keys at the back. Ball hits the deck. Shuffled out towards the boundary line. Oh, Anderson grabbed high. That'll be a free kick to Anderson against Cloak. And Dean Anderson's played well. Kicked a couple of goals early. He's had 10 kicks and 2 handballs. Now he sets it up. Dunstall comes from the back. Can't take the mark. Danger though, because the ball's over the back. Quick hand pass. Comes out to Keys. That was from Ryan. Then now Waitman to Lambert. Coming up the centre of the ground. Lambert inside to Naish. Naish has got a paddock to run in. A couple of bounces. Will go over the top. A hand pass from Gale. Back to Naish. Naish inside. A shot at goal. Great play by young Naish, but he's missed as he kicks it to the left, and that deserved a goal, Bruce. 7-6 Richmond. They need goals and need them badly. Hawthorn 14-11.
Let's kick 1-2 Naish. Might have been better off not bouncing the last time. Just put himself under a bit of pressure, but he did it well. Langford's kick. Platten. Now Menengola, who's been very quiet, to Cloak. Short kick towards Naish. Collins able to chip in. Gowers will wait with a strong hip and shoulder. Perfectly fair. Allen, who's playing on nights as a checker. Hudson misses it. Smith. Ryan. Hog the target. Should get a free kick. Well, I thought he was in his back. Tuck. Gowers panicked a bit in the end. Tap forward by Gale. Tuck's quick kick doesn't go far. Jenke hasn't made a mistake all day. Why would you make one now? Kicks the ball out to Pritchard. The Hawks are away. Hudson with some space. Went with one hand. Able to break the tackle. Paul Deere caught. Taps it forward. Cloak. And Richmond get out of it.
The Tigers through Craig Smith. Oh, Stephen Ryan has dropped. Oh, he's still in trouble. Still playing the ball. And then he has the ball smothered. Well done by Pritchard. And eventually the ball forced over the line. So, not a good day for Stephen Ryan because he started off the game on Jenke. And Jenke's had a top game. Craig Smith's had 11 kicks and 2 handballs, but he's limping. Centre wing, Cloak. Tapped down by Paul Deere to Condon. Cleverly to Morrissey. Now the lead is by Dunstall. Out he comes to the pocket. Short of him. He's got backup support from Anderson. Dunstall still there. Hudson tries to get it to him. Dunstall chasing. The ball tapped back towards the line. And it beats Paul Hudson over. Jason Dunstall has kicked 4, Paul Hudson's kicked 4, Pritchard 2, Anderson 2, and for Richmond their main goal kicker has been Jeffrey Hogg with 2.
And the Hawks have kicked 7 of the last 8 goals. They've really dominated this match since halfway through the second quarter. Morrissey took a long time, in fact too long. James Morrissey, who started on the interchange, came on in this quarter. certainly had a few minutes. It's a great goal kicker. Kicks them from everywhere, Morrissey. Cloak had his big test against Lawrence today, and he's been outgunned. He's going to kick it towards Lawrence. Menegola went up. And throw in at half forward. Hawthorn attacking. Nichols, 13 kicks, a lot of touches. So's Lambert, but they haven't been as effective today.
They've kept Matthew Knights out of the game, and Ben Allen doing a great job, as he did on Greg Williams on Monday. Kept him out of it, and he might be Hawthorn's stopper. Lambert lying on top of it, grabbed by Ben Allen. We just spoke of him. The short pass is on. Dunstall out in front. Tap to Jarman. Jarman hooks it around, and Darren Jarman, the South Australian, has popped it through for a goal. That's Darren Jarman's second, Hawthorn's 15th, 15-11, Richmond 7-6. Again, Hawthorn very quick to swoop on a mistake, and you just can't do that with the side. And again, Ben Allen working hard to get that ball down to Dunstall. It was punched away from him, but Jarman swooped on it, and he very rarely misses from in front with the snap.
Charging away Hawthorn, 101-48. They've opened this game right up. The signs were there at half-time. Allen, who Peter's already mentioned a moment ago, doing an excellent defensive role. Lees, Menegola and Ryan. Menegola from centre wing. Collins at the back, Gale at the front, Naish. Here's Knights. Still with Knights, besieged in the end, gave it away. Condon and Naish, an important ball for Richmond. Naish did well, kept it in play. Waitman, then Francis. Francis from 40 metres, hooks it round. Good looking kick, I think he's put it through. He has. 8-6 to 15-11.
Well, Matthew Francis started on interchange, has kicked two, and he shows a little bit of class, Matthew Francis. And plenty of height, came up through the under-19s. I think he might have been captain of the under-19s actually, but he kicked two. And he'll just add a little bit of extra height up there. They've got Gale and they've got Hogg. Hogg's a leading type player, whereas Francis more of a mark, so good effort. Just under 10.5 minutes left in this third quarter. Centre of the ground again. That's Morrissey tapping it down. Jenke couldn't get the run of the ball, but a good tackle. Platten did it well. Jenke again receives. The short one was meant for Dunstall. He races in after it, but couldn't grab it. Scott Turner straight back to the line. How will the umpire see that? Oh, the Hawthorn fans calling for deliberate, but it would have been pretty harsh. He didn't have much choice. But throw in at half forward for the Hawks.
Cloak and Paul Deere. Deere over the top. Allen's give was good to Anderson. Another good kick high to the goal square. Just offline. Anderson kicked a couple of goals in the first quarter. 2-2 to Dean Anderson. 12 kicks and a couple of handballs today. Good steady roll. Been one of the good players without being one of the really outstanding players. Lees from Turner. Knights on a lead. Gower's held him up. Here's Allen again, who's having a terrific quarter to Platten, who's had a good match. Bangs it towards goal, and not good again. Dunstall on a lead.
Yeah, it's not a good kick by John Platten. He gave Dunstall earlier in the match a magnificent pass on his chest, but at times Johnny Platten, he tends to blaze away. I think he should use his kicking ability and give it to Dunstall. Paul Deere. Morrissey. Anderson. Can't trap it. Now he does. Kicks it around the corner. Condon flying in after. Couldn't take the mark. Condon's still there. And Bauer taps it to the line and over. Right next to that behind post. So still in Hawthorn's forward zone. They've really controlled this game. They're a top side. Young Richmond side. Some very promising players. There's Cloak. Tries to grab it out of the ruck. Condon off the ground. And the umpire's playing deliberate. Kicking deliberately in danger, I would think. And Cloak will take it, wringing the hand. And Evergreen David Cloak hasn't had a good day. Battled hard after two best on ground performances, but Lawrence has beaten him today.
36 years of age. So just a year younger than Tucky. And about 90 games less than 314, but it's been a wonderful career. Off the ground by Nichols. Looked like a place kick in the end. Pritchard's handball, good. Hudson has been kicking them from everywhere today. That left foot hit the post. So not far away, as close as you can get to a goal without kicking one. So he's kicked 4-3, Hudson. 15-13, 8-6.
Yes, been a great player, Paul Hudson. He's had 12 kicks, done 7 handballs, so a good day, and kicked 4 goals. There's a short kick coming over to Bauer. Another short one. Oh, a bad one. Oh, he put that down on the ground. Is that holding the ball? It's an interesting one. He just dropped that red hot and then sort of stood over the ball. That could easily have been construed as in possession then. Paul Deere against Cloak, grabbed by Morrissey. Morrissey, a high floater. Dunstall versus Turner. Dunstall dragged by the jumper, tapped on by Bannock. On to Lees. Lees to Bauer. And Bauer coming up the half-back area. He's looking for someone to give it to. Oh, taken by Jenke. Jenke from 55 metres fires in and misses to the left. He did that well, Ray Jenke. I think it's his day, Bruce.
Well, it's all happening for him. 15-14, 8-6. Just hurled back, and in the end, Richmond ran out of options.
Well, Bauer had no one to kick it to either.
He was hoping to draw Jenke to him and get over the top to Ryan, but Jenke was able to maintain his position. Lawrence in the front, here's Lambert. Lots of touches. Sweeping handball, free kick paid, so the advantage there for Lees. Waitman, who hasn't had a good match. Naish. Front spot hog. Langford's got better as the game's gone on. Gale to Ryan. Good kick. Francis coming in on it. With him Tuck. Here's Pritchard. Now Morrissey's clear if he can get it up to Tuck. And Tucky will fill Morrissey, and he does, and gives a quick handball. It was good play. Morrissey to Deere. This is where Hawthorn are terrific. The centre half forward to Condon. Jenke. Cloak comes in. Ryan goes backwards, and Bannock should have time to mop up.
Anthony Bannock, well, he's kicked 2 out of bounds on the full today, and this time it won't go out. Anderson. Oh, did that well, Dean Anderson. And still playing the ball on. That was good football by Anderson. Now Knights, did he have the ball? Oh, that is the luckiest free kick of the day to Matthew Knights. Or is it Bauer? It is Brendan Bauer, in fact. Was very lucky to get away with that one. The short one to the half-back line. He finds Trent Nichols. Craig Smith. They're trying to get some teamwork going here at Richmond. The kick out wide. Finds Lees. Now, let's see what he can do with his forward thrust. Brian Lees on the left foot. Sets it up for someone to take a mark. Ayres wrestling and pushing. So is Tuck. And Hawthorn force it to the line through Langford.
About 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter, a quarter that's been all Hawthorns. They've stretched a 23-point lead out to 50. Gale and Lawrence. Francis. Ayres to Collins. Terrific combination, this one. Now Whitman charges from half-back with a couple of bounces. Jarman. Dunstall. Bannock and Dunstall. And Bannock will want it to go out, I think. No, kept it in the end. Here's Cloak. Run down by Dunstall. Free kick to Cloak in the back. And fair enough.
Great play by Dunstall to keep chasing, though. Probably the best tackling full forward to ever play the game. That was Waitman giving it to Steve Ryan. Ryan over the top to Trent Nichols. He's got to wait underneath that. Ayres nearly ran through him. Whitman, a hurry kick. Morrissey in front, tapped down by Keys. Morrissey goes in to try and get it again. Thrown off the ball. This is Lambert. Out to Bauer. Bauer to half forward. An option of 2 players. Menegola's one. Now, the short one to half forward. Gale. Back it comes to Craig Smith. They're out on the boundary line. The short one, well done by Langford on Hogg. Whitman kicks straight into the man after receiving from Lawrence, and it'll be a throw in half forward for the Tigers.
Again, Richmond not doing enough. They had a bit of space, bit of time. and not able to capitalise, not able to get it past the 50-metre zone. Some good defensive work by Langford again. So Lawrence and Gale. Here's Platten. It's his 14th kick. Waitman. Caught. Lambert. Sold the dummy very well. Waitman. Ryan. Naish. Platten's tackle good. Mitchell and Lawrence. Lawrence just stood his ground, kept his eye on it. Waitman again. Not good football by captain.
He's given away a lot of free kicks, Bruce.
And a couple of them he really didn't have to, because that ball was still up for dispute. And here's Hawthorn. They could make him pay for this.
Anderson, Whitman. Now, where's Dunstall? No, they elect the kick to Hudson instead. Probably should have gone to Dunstall. Well done, Platten to Pritchard. Pritchard back to Dunstall. Very clever. Oh, Dunstall was going to play on, but good thinking. Good thinking. But now that was magnificent play, Pritchard, because Scott Turner ran back thinking he was going to have a shot. He saw Dunstall out of the corner of his eye, hooked it back. Very, very clever play by Pritchard, and what's more, unselfish play. Dunstall's kick 4. 25 metres out, directly in front. Oh, will it come back? It might have snuck in for a goal. Yes, it has. 5 goals for Jason Dunstall. 16-14 the Hawks. Richmond remain on 8-6.
Well, Waitman giving away a free kick again, this time to Condon. And Hawthorn were able to set it up through the centre. They had a lot of options. They could have gone right, left, or straight down the middle. And in the end, Pritchard, vision was very good. Could have slammed away at the goal, but saw Dunstall, kicked it sideways. Dunstall took the mark, almost went off, went back, kicked a pretty easy goal, though it's just snuck in the end. 110-54. Lawrence with a fresh air shot. Condon's handball, misses Whitman. Still Whitman over the top of it. Cloak, good handball away. Naish's quick kick to centre half forward. At the back, Langford. Here's Ryan. High one. Francis takes off, and a Richmond mark at the back by Menengola, who's been very quiet today. To be his 6th kick, but he's done very little effective work. West Australian recruit. He's a nice move, a good kick, and this shouldn't present any problems at all. He's only 35 metres out. Drop punt. Didn't look to kick it very well. And misses, so it's been a fairly ordinary day.
And when they get it forward, Bruce, they really don't capitalise. I've seen them in a couple of games, and night game. I saw them against St Kilda, and the ball was on their forward line time and time again. They just haven't got that couple of class forwards to top it off for all those good little blokes. Langford has got on top of Jeff Hogg. Not that Hogg's had that many opportunities. Out of the half-back line, Lawrence played a top game in the ruck today. A greatly improved player. Actually plays better when Greg Deere is out of the side, Stephen Lawrence. Lawrence to centre wing, Jenke. Couldn't take the mark. Stephen Ryan. Hand pass over the top. Oh, nice. Almost had his head taken off by Allen. And Matthew Knight's remonstrating. It's a bit silly at the moment. Menengola sets it up to half forward. Out comes Andrew Collins. Power should have gone for the mark. Gowers, but eventually taps it on to Tuck. Tuck kicks wide. Hudson, a top game, young Hudson, caught with the ball by Lambert. Then punches it on. Lambert goes to get it again, but Dean Anderson's to help Hudson. This is Mitchell. They don't catch this man when he runs with it. Let's see what he does. A long kick up towards full forward. Tuck in front. Down it goes to Gowers. He's dragged off the ball. Quick little kick. Oh, good play by Langford to grab that ball, and they play well in defence, Hawthorn. Langford to Hudson, Cloak in after it, so is Lambert. Let's see who'll end up with it. Lambert gets it out.
Just seconds remaining. Lees' handball to Waitman, and Waitman's quick one to Naish, and the siren about to sound, and Naish will be too far out. Disappointed Chris Naish with no options up forward. So at three-quarter time, Hawthorn have really screwed this door tight against Richmond, 16-14 to 8-7. goals to 1 in the third quarter, and our double Richmond score, 110 to 55. Start of the final term. Cloak, Richmond to the left of screen, to centre half forward, Platten. Cloak off the ground, didn't go far. Nichols tried the same trick. And again, and worried Whitman out of it. To Mitchell. Long kick to a vacant square. Tuck. Hogg. Good chance for Richmond here. They've got the numbers. Naish. Snapshot. High. Langford, Hogg and Francis. And it was over the line before Francis could get his foot to it. And that's probably symbolic, Peter, of what's happened all day. Richmond really should have been able to get a goal out of that situation. Yes,
Richmond have had plenty of opportunities down there to score a few more extra goals, but one mistake against this Hawthorn side, and they certainly capitalise on it, and they create that loose man, and they only need one of them loose, and they're away and running. They've had some great players today, particularly Hudson and Jenke have been real surprise packets. Ben Allen has done a good job on Matthew Knights. Gowers kicks to centre wing. Trent Nichols brings it to half forward again. Now's a chance for the Tigers. No mark. That was Naish. Socket off the ground by Ayres. Back towards Waitman, who's had a quiet day. That's Cloak off the ground. This could be a mark coming up. No, it's punched down by Pritchard, was good play. Tapped on by Jenke was terrific play to Gowers. Gowers a long kick right up to the half forward line. No mark to Keys. Well, the umpire's paid it, and that was for holding the man.
From centre half back, goes wide. Nichols. He's had 17 kicks and 3 handballs. Another sweeping handball. Long one to centre half forward for Richmond. Langford and Hogg. Still the Tigers battling with Lees there. And it'll be a throw in with Richmond in attack. But they've got a lot of work to do here. A long way behind.
It's disappointing by Richmond after promising so much in the first 2 games. There's Lawrence, who has dominated the ruck duels, tapping it back. Steve Ryan has been beaten today by Jenke, but he kicks this one round the corner, up to the pocket. But that's the difference in the two sides. If that was a Hawthorn player, he would have centred that up towards Dunstall. They've kicked out of bounds on the full a number of times today. Anthony Bannock's kicked 2 of them. It's a kick towards half-back. That was by Gowers. It's tapped out towards Morrissey. Now it's Condon. The hurry kick comes out towards centre wing to Platten. That was by Whitman. Now Platten, a loose man. He can chip in short if he wants to Deere. Now he does. Good play. Deere is onto the left foot. Straightens up. Fires in a goal. It comes back, but not far enough. One behind to the Hawks. 16-15, plays 8-8. He's been a real good workhorse up there today, Paul Deere. With Brereton out suspended, he's taken over the mantle of the strong man.
Turner, Cloak and Lawrence. Off the ground by Cloak. Here's Ryan. Wide to half forward, Collins in front of Naish. And Collins pretty content in the end to let it roll over the line.
He's a great player, Andrew Collins. He only had 4 kicks and 2 handballs, but really he has controlled those Richmond little men when they're resting down the forward pocket.
Well, they haven't kicked many goals. Naish has got 1, and Nichols has got 0, so not a lot of goals out of the Rovers.
Good player, Collins. There's Gale, who's done pretty well at centre half forward on Gowers. Steve Ryan, tapped out by Platten to Lawrence. Lawrence to centre wing. Oh, big fly. Well, he's hurt himself, Keys. Went for it one-hander, but he's down and hurt. There's Morrissey. Out wide, Jenke has been a star. Jenke to the half-forward line. Jarman at the back is very clever. Let's see what he does here. Loses the run of it. Bauer tries to tap it on and taps it to the line. So it'll be a throw-in, and Keys has probably winded himself down behind the play.
Brendan Bowers had the job on Darren Jarman. Jarman hasn't had his keys. Pete suggesting probably winded himself after that high fly. Cloak won that tap. Nichols get a free kick against Anderson in the back, and Nichols kicked to centre wing. And good mark for the Tigers. Keys is looked to have hurt himself a moment ago. It was a bad handball to Smith. Ayres. Game's deteriorated a little bit. Lees. Allen, a lot of mistakes at the moment to Pritchard. Now Hawthorn will set it up to Condon. This is where they're very good. They'll stream towards goal. Dunstall goes to ground but does it brilliantly to Hudson, and Hudson squeezes another one through. 17-15 to 8-8, and Hudson's kicked his 5th goal.
Well, we mentioned before about right throughout the game about the skills of Hawthorn. They took that from the halfback area, and great play as it was Condon getting it down to in front of goal, and again Dunstall working hard, the most unselfish and best tackling full forward probably ever to play the game, and he worked hard again to shuffle it out to Hudson. Hudson through for his 5th goal. .117 plays 56, and someone has encroached into the centre square area. It was a Hawthorn player, and Cloak is the recipient of the kick, the short little kick to Smith. Now let's see what they can do this time. A booming kick by Smith. Francis at the back. Can't mark. Goes in to get it again. Tuck grabs him. Francis trying to get round to kick it. Langford harassing him. Collins forces it over the line. Good defensive play by the little back pocket. They just can't kick goals, Richmond. It's that strong Hawthorn defence. 117 plays 57. Langford to bring it back into play.
Well, since halfway through that 3rd quarter, the Hawks have kicked 10 of the 12 goals. That's a magnificent kick by Langford. Free kick to Condon, hanging on against the Tigers. Official attendance 25,960. Allen gets it from Pritchard. Again, Dunstall the target. He fell over that time, but pumps it on beautifully. What Peter McKenna was talking about a moment ago. Anderson, can he keep it in play? Bauer.
Well, that was sensational play by Dunstall, because he slipped over when he was going for the lead, was caught down. I thought, well, the opponent's going to take the mark here, but up he got, and the big fist on. If the ball had have sat properly for Anderson, it might have been a goal coming up to the Hawks. There's Paul Deere trying to hook it back into play. Bannock. A free kick for too high. Umpire paying the advantage to Smith. Smith, the short one, out to the half-back area, and the mark has been taken there by Knights, who's been very quiet. Knights to the centre of the ground. The mark taken by Waitman. Waitman on to Smith. Smith to half forward. Players set themselves. Langford in front. Collins at the back. Is that holding the ball? Umpire calls play on. Naish gets it on to Ryan. Ryan from 25 metres kicks and goals for the Tigers. First goal of the match for Stephen Ryan, and Richmond creep a little closer. 9-9 they move on to. Hawthorn remain on 17-15. Well, that was better play by the Tigers, as the ball was forced down to the half-forward line from good teamwork. Waitman and Smith combining, and eventually Naish gave it a nice hand pass to Ryan for an easy goal.
17-15, 9-9. Still a whopping margin here of 9 goals, 54 points. Hudson probably having his best day in AFL football. Bannock. Prior to the day, Hudson had kicked 2 goals in the competition. He's kicked 5 today. Well, Waitman was okay in the end. It was meant for Lambert. Mitchell on the lead. Run under the ball. Naish breaks a tackle. Chips it to Francis, and good mark by the young fellow against Tuck. He's got a few inches on Tuck. And the 20-year-old who kicked his first goal in league football today after running onto the ground and taking a mark in the goal square has a chance to kick his 3rd. And the drop punt is good. 17-15 to 10-9, and Francis has done a pretty good job. He's kicked 3 goals.
I saw him a couple of years ago in the under-19s finals, and he's got a lot of talent, Matthew Francis. He's kicked 3, and he's one of the youngsters. He's certainly got some good young players to build their side around, and the good thing about him, Bruce, is the fact that he's tall. He'd be 6'3", 6'4", and they've got great little men, but they need plenty of height in key positions, particularly, I feel, backline players. (117-69). Fresh air swing on that occasion by Lawrence. This is Nash kicking it at the half-forward line. Players race at it. That could bounce anywhere, and does. Ben Allen, a good game. Greatly improved player. Probably gained a metre in pace this year. Has worked hard over the summer. Top game on Monday on Greg Williams, and has done the job today on Matthew Knights.
Lawrence to do battle with Gale. So the Tigers have kicked the last couple of goals of the match. So they've been able to stop the Hawthorn domination in this quarter at least. No doubt Kevin Barton at three-quarter time was asking for something similar. It's Lambert. 13 and 12 for Lambert, 25 touches. A lot of them ineffectual. Lawrence, who's been one of the best on the ground with his great ruck work. Here's Ayres. Deer. Bustled and hustled out of it by Lees, and Cloak able to take a very safe and comfortable mark at half back.
Well, he took plenty of those in the first 2 rounds. Here against St Kilda and against Essendon. Loitering across that half back line. This is Nash. Francis versus Tuck. Shuffled out by Allen to Lawrence. Anderson. Oh, good backup support at half forward by Gowers. Gowers looking for Paul Deer over the back. He races in after it. Still going Paul Deer. Good play by the half forward. Goes back to Jarman. Jarman straightens up from 20 metres. Bang. Has he kicked it? I think he has. Yes, it's a goal. So beautiful team play again. Jarman kicks his 3rd, and Hawthorn kicked their 18th. 18-15 plays 10-9.
Yes, some good play by the Hawks. Gowers providing some run for theirs handball. And Deer battled away against a couple of Richmond players. He knew that Jarman was there. Saw him out of the corner of the eye, the handball, and Jarman, whose skill level we've talked about quite often today, ran for 5 metres, just lined it up and kicked his 3rd goal, and Hawthorn's 18th. 18-15 to 10-9 at the moment. Hawks all the way.
Cloak and Lawrence. Oh, Cloak's dragging the Lawrence's arm time and time again at the centre bounces. That was Matthew Knights. The half forward is Ayres, dependable Ayres. Oh, gee, works hard. Chance now for Nash. Nash from 45 metres straightens up, hooks it back. Not far enough. One behind only. He's not happy with himself. Chris Nash has only kicked 1 today after 4 against the Bombers. And Little Rover will be showing a lot of promise down there in that forward pocket. This is Langford. To the half-back line. Lawrence and Ayres, and Lawrence. And that might be reversed. Silly play by Stephen Lawrence. He just shoved Dale Waitman in the face. Completely unnecessary, and you just cannot afford to do that. And this could cost them a goal, because Waitman has kicked the ball to Gale, who in turn will kick it to the pocket. That wasn't good play because he was covered, Stephen Ryan, and eventually that is bad football all round. Stephen Ryan's had, Bruce, 13 kicks and 8 handballs, but he was beaten by Jenke early.
Lawrence over the back, Francis. Ben Allen's handball was pinpoint accurate to Collins. Centre wing, Deer. Oh, too easy that time against Lees. McDonald has just come on. Here's Keys. And, well, he won't be pleased with that effort.
Well, you never see Hawthorn kick out of bounds on the full, and yet Richmond have done it today 4 or 5 times.
Platten, a high one. Hudson. Taken away by Smith. Has been reasonable today. Hasn't played too badly. Missed by Gowers and Gale. Maxfield to Gale. Ryan. Played Little Collins. should get a free kick. You can't hang on like that.
Sensational play that by Collins, because he was out of position, but he ran back, anticipated the handball, put his body in the position where he would receive the free kick, and it was just top-class play by the little back pocket player. And no wonder he represents Victoria, Andrew Collins. Best and fairest for Hawthorn last year, of course. And this is their number 1 draft pick 2 years ago, Alex McDonald. For the half-forward line, Cloak sets himself and takes a good mark. Off he goes with a hand pass to Bannock. Bannock to centre wing, and Mark Gowers has picked up his game a little bit. He was well beaten early.
Yes, he's played much better since half-time. Pritchard with a fly. Whitman, but off the ground by Lambert. Good chance here for Richmond. Hogg took a long time to get it up. Knight's all brilliantly done. Mitchell. Still Mitchell. High one. And Langford tapped it through. Well, the chances were plenty. There was some good play, but in the end, Mitchell unable to take it. The ball just got away from him, didn't he, to the pocket?
Well, I think we've got to excuse Michael Mitchell, I suppose. He'd be lacking match practice. He's had that appendix operation, and certainly there's no substitute for hard match play. There's a hand pass coming out to Ryan. Gowers racing after it. He's got better as the game has gone on, Andrew Gowers, and probably the biggest weakness in the Hawthorn side with Chris Mew injured. Bruce would be sent half back, and they're looking for someone young like Gowers to come up and take that posse.
Yes, well, McGuinness hasn't quite been able to fulfil it. And Gowers today, shaky early against Gale, outgunned. But as Pete said, he's just kept battling away and has got better. That time Lambert able to get around him. Langford in the front spot. And gee, he's played a game today, Chris Langford, because also Hogg was on top early. Langford's been at his confident best today. Here's Pritchard, always a good player. To Ben Allen, who's a bonus for Hawthorn this year. Got very little out of him last year. Looks a good player. That's not a good kick. Cloak has been beaten today, but it hasn't given up. Deere. Anderson will chip it to Hudson. Will he kick number 6? Rattles a post. Might have gone inside to Jarman if you'd seen him, but anyway, 18-16, 10-11. Terrific match by Hudson. Just get the feeling that there's 3 or 4 Hawthorn players out there today that are finding their feet in AFL footy. Hudson's one of them. Gowers maybe a couple of weeks to go. Allen's the other, yes, that's what I was thinking of.
And Jenke, of course, he's had a terrific game, although he's been around a long time. There's a good tackle put on by Tuck. Socket off the ground by Gowers. He's flattened as he kicked it, and he went down. And it should be a relay kick, that. It's going back, but after he kicked it, he was flattened by Waitman. Now, that should have been paid up the ground. Lawrence, Whitman, and Hawthorn off and running. Whitman to the half-forward line. Ayres' strength. Oh, great play, Ayres. Gives it over to Allen. Allen looking for Dunstall. Dunstall back to the pocket, but it beats him and his opponent, Scott Turner, over the line.
18-16, 10-11. There's Jarman and Bow. They've had a good duel. Jarman, 3 goals, the opportunist. Cloak and Deere. Cloak winning that one. Nichols. Nash, I should say. And he disappointed there. There was no percentage in that. He was always going to be in trouble trying to keep it in. And looks like it'll be McDonald's kick. Peter said prize draft recruit a couple of seasons ago. Good kick to Dunstall. Gave him every chance. Well played by Turner. Smith. Lawrence misses it. Bauer to Lees. Lees from the centre square. Gale the target. Collins, well done by Collins to hold it up now. Gale. Richmond have got the numbers to Nichols. Nichols can charge to the goal front from a long way out. Tries a torpedo punt. Hogg uses his body. Takes a great mark. A splendid mark against Langford. He's had been a while since he's beaten Langford one out, but he did that time.
Well, it's been a terrific duel. That Hogg has done some great things, but Langford, I think, on the day has probably had the better of him.
Yeah, I'd have to agree there. Hogg for his 3rd goal, though. just 20 metres out. Hooks it in the end, but gets it through. 11-11 to 18-16, and Hogg has kicked his third goal.
Well, again, the value of a quick kick to the forward line, although it was an attempted torpedo punt by Trent Nichols, it got down there quickly, and that allowed Jeffrey Hogg to be one out with Chris Langford. And it just lent into Langford to put him off balance and then duck back to take the mark. Good goal to Jeff Hogg. A lot of promise. He's their best bet for full forward, in my opinion. Clope and Lawrence. Hudson waits at the back. It's his day, Hudson. On to Pritchard. Now the short one to Dunstall. Oh, look at that. I was certain it was going to be a Richmond mark, but Dunstall dived, and a great mark as Bannock came across him, and beautiful pass by Pritchard. Well, I thought he could have been cleaned up too. That's how he got that serious head injury last year. Dunstall has kicked 5. He's from 30 metres, directly in front. Stabs at that one, it comes back and right through the middle. Jason Dunstall has kicked 5, and Hawthorn move on to 19-16. Richmond remain 11-11.
Well, Hudson, as Peter mentioned in the call, having a real day out. Lucky break there, took advantage of it, and the Pritchard kick was 100% accurate. Bannock looked like he'd take the mark across the front, but it got to Dunstall somehow, took a diving mark, and then went back and kicked the regulation goal for number 6. 19-16 to 11-11, 130 to 77. Clope waits for it and doesn't do much with it. Nichols, Naish. Chance here now for Francis, up to half forward. Already talked about him and said there's some hope here. Kicked 3 goals along with Hogg, the big goal kickers for Richmond. Morris at the front. Menangola, who's had a very poor day, and he hooks that one back and misses. So the West Australian recruit, he's pretty disappointed today. A couple of points is all he's been able to manage, and about 8 kicks, but none of them effective. And it's 19-16 to 11-12. Langford to bang it back in for the Hawks.
Straight up the centre. Oh, they've got some flyers. Lawrence was one who is going back. Very mobile for a big man. Lawrence kicks across the face, and he has found Gowers, who just gets better and better. On to Tuck. A loose man has been created, and this is danger. This normally results in a goal. This is Ray Jenke. Where's Dunstall? There he is. Out he comes, pushes and shoves, and that was Craig Smith chipping in. Condon's been an excellent player. Handball's back. Jarman lays the tackle, grabbed by Nichols. Nichols to half back. Collins didn't get a good bounce. That was Clope. On to Lambert. Richmond away and running. Lambert to the half forward line. Menegola sets himself. Punch away by Whitman. Menegola, the Western Australian recruit. Onto the left foot. Hooks it back to half forward. Chance now for Waitman. Waitman to Naish. Good play by Whitman. That allowed Platten to take it. Onto Langford. And again the loose man created Pritchard out on centre wing.
And again by mistake, Naish should have taken that from Waitman. Pritchard, free kick down the ground against Francis. Allen allowed to play on. Dunstall with the lead. It's terrific to watch. Jarman on his own if he wants him. Now he goes straight across to centre half forward, and for once it doesn't come off. Hudson still wins the ball to Dunstall. Round the body. Lees has to wait and sit. Quick kick. 130 to 78. Here's Bauer. Goes back inside to Ryan. To Bauer. To centre wing. Collins with a half volley. Gowers. McDonald. Didn't quite get onto that. Pritchard and Francis underneath it. Oh, and the little man takes the mark. And plays on.
Been a good player, Pritchard. On to Tuck. Talking about little men, he's the old man of football. Coming to half forward, a bad kick by Michael Tuck, though, and the mark taken by Brendan Bauer at half back. And don't the Hawk crowd love Michael Tuck, and no wonder. He's at 407 league games. Stephen Ryan has picked up his game. Lambert, centre wing. Now, he's trying to claim 50, Lambert. Lambert's had 16 and 13, but I still don't think he does enough with the ball at times. Kicks a lot around the corner. To half forward. Oh, big fly was by Menegola. McDonald is looking for someone to kick it to. Elects to hand pass instead to Platten. Johnny Platten. Centre wing. Couple of bounces. Probably try and draw his opponent here. No, he elects to kick. Dunstall versus Turner. The ball hits the deck. Paul Deere after it. Now, player peeling for the free kick. This is Platten racing after it. Bannock. I don't know whether that was a free kick, you know. I thought he was appealing for it, but he wasn't really retarded. But Bannock has got it anyway.
Half-back flank. A few touches, but he's been swamped at times. Good mark in the front by Gale. Excellent pair of hands. He's had 13 marks today, or 12 marks. That's a terrific performance. Centre half forward, Hogg the lead. Oh, Tucky in the front spot. Said a lot about Tuck over the years, and he's still a good player. Condon. Hudson runs for him. Goes back inside. There's a whole heap of Hawks there. Take your pick, Platten. His best game for a long time. 18 and 7 for Platten. Not a good kick. That's the one area that's let him down. Bannock. McDonald and Lambert. Lambert shrugged the tackle and able to play on. Goes wide to the pocket. Francis out there. Will it sit for the young fellow? It does. And then he kicks it out of bounds on the full. There's Whitman and Francis. And a Hawthorn kick relayed back to Tucky, who now gives it over to Lawrence, and they're away again, the Hawks.
This is a good thing about Stephen Lawrence. He's just so mobile. Even in the last quarter, he's able to run around the ground and chase and call for passes. Very mobile player. There's Gowers, was dragged down. Ben Allen has been tremendous. He's taken Matthew Knights, one of the key players for Richmond, right out of the game. Good play by Langford. Look at Chris Langford up at half forward to look for Dunstall to full forward. But chipping in across the face and taking a mark is Brendan Bauer.
He's going to use Smith. Got himself into a bit of trouble. Just 2.5 minutes remaining. Cloak. He's worked pretty hard, Cloak. He's been outgunned. But he hasn't stopped. Lambert. Poor kick again. Pete's mentioned that a few times. Pritchard, good play. Tuck. Squeezes another one out. It's time to Gowers. Just a chip to Anderson. Loose men everywhere. McDonald. Dunstall on the lead. Platten can go all the way here. Long torpedo punt. Jarman, brilliant. Used his body magnificently with just a little touch, wasn't it?
We had a great view of that, where our commentary box is side on, and as he went for that mark, as Bruce McAvaney said, he just, in midair, leant his hips into his opponent to put him off balance and clutch the mark.
It's as if he's played a cameo role today. He hasn't been dominant, but what he's done has been memorable. And he kicks his fourth. 2016 to 11-12, and Pete, there are certain players in the game you love to watch. Chris Lewis is one for me, Gavin Brown another. And I just love the way this fellow plays it.
Yes, he is class personified. 4 goals and hasn't looked to have dominated the game. But in fact, first quarter he was right out of the game. And then since then, he's just been pure class. And with that ball being belted down there regularly, he's always going to be dangerous. Minute and a half to go in this match. Lambert and Naish to half forward. This man has played a top game. He's beaten Andrew Gowers today. Brendan Gale, he has marked everything that's come his way. An excellent performance. 12 kicks, 12 marks, 8 handballs, and you couldn't wish for more from the centre half forward, except that he should have kicked a few goals. Here's the lead by Hogg. And a good fast lead out in front of Langford, and Hogg has marked. Now Jeff Hogg He's kicked 3. Terrific battle here in Langford. Kick from 35 metres, almost directly in front. He hooks it slightly to the left, and I think he's missed. And if there's one problem with Jeff Hogg's play, he does miss a few easy ones, and they should be bread and butter goals for full forwards. 2016 plays 11-13.
Langford to bring it in. 57-point margin to the Hawks. Well, with 20 seconds remaining, that's not really bright. Whitman plays on. Anderson and Cloak. Cloak's mark. It's his 6th mark. He's had 12 kicks and 7 handballs. Right angles to Ryan. Just 10 to Keys, I should say. Just 10 seconds left. Keys to the pocket. Nash with a fly. And a free kick to the Hawks as the siren sounds. So Hawthorn big winners by 57 points at VFL Park. 20 goals 16 to Richmond 11-13.
Ongoing Hudson, Jenke,